Dun 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 dun. Da 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 dun 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 diggity 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 dun 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 dun.
It's the most wonderful time of the... Hello everybody, it's Freddy B here. It is time for what you all have been waiting for. It's Freddy B's Pathetic Football Picks for 2024 Week 1 NFL. Let me turn the lights on. Here we go. It is great to be back for 2024 for Freddy B's Pathetic NFL Picks. And if you were with me last year, all 7 of you, and I appreciate that, and I hope you'll stick around, you will find that my picks are based solely on what I think. There's absolutely no scientific proof to anything I do, and I do very little analysis. However, a review and a preview of what's going to happen this year. So last year, the Bills and the Dolphins were both 11-6 in the AFC East, and the Dolphins lost in the playoffs. The Bills went forward. The Jets 7-10. Pats were terrible, which, again, a beautiful year for me. There is no bias, by the way, in Freddy B's Pathetic Football Picks. I want you to know that. I have zero bias. Matter of fact, I don't like any team at all, as you can completely tell with how I've got this arrangement set up. In the North, the Baltimore Ravens, they had, and they're going to have a good game this week, but they were 13-4, lost in the AFC Championship game to the Chiefs. The Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. The Browns were 11-6, which was a surprise last year. Unbelievable team. Are they going to be that good this year? In the South, you had the Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. The West, Broncos, 8-9, Chiefs, Super Bowl champs, 11-6. We're good. The Raiders, who is probably my favorite team to hate, were 8-9, and the Chargers were a pathetic 5-12. Again, pathetic picks is what we're talking about. In the NFC East, the Cowboys, I think I picked them to win every game last year because the team had such good talent on it, but they couldn't pull it off. But you know what? They did go 12-5, which is pretty damn good. But then they got in the playoffs and they died. Eagles were 11-6, another good. The Giants, another suck team at 6-11, and the team that will no longer be called the Redskins, I'll call them the Redskins, and I will always call them the Redskins, from the city of my birth, Washington, D.C., the Redskins were pathetic, 4-13. Over at the North, in the NFC, the Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. Lions, 12-5, Cinderella season. I'm telling you, Cinderella season for the Lions. They were 12-5. It would be amazing. They will not be that good this year, but they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the NFC North. And then you have the South, which is the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who went 9-8 last year, didn't have the greatest season, were supposed to be a little bit better. But it was the resurrection of Baker Mayfield as quarterback for the vaunted Tampa Bay Buccaneers that is driving this team toward a 10 or 11 win season this year. And then in the West, we have the Cards, who suck at 4-13. The Rams are 10-7. 49ers. The 49ers in the city by the bay were 12-5 and lost the Super Bowl, I believe. And then Seahawks 9-8, and they haven't been the same since Mr. Wilson left. But you know, Mr. Wilson is now where is he now? He is with the Steelers, and we'll see how he does this year. So anyway, that's how the teams lined up, and here's what we got for week number 1. Starting Thursday night, the Ravens against the Chiefs in an AFC playoff championship game rematch, which the Chiefs won in January this year. They're playing again. It's a big game. It should be a really good game. It's a great game, obviously, to start off the season, unless, of course, you don't like the Ravens, which I don't. I don't like any team that puts somebody in a Hall of Fame that goes out and kills people. That's just me, maybe. I don't know. Perhaps you're a little different. But, you know, I'm sorry. His shoes kill people. He wasn't in them. There you go. But anyway, Thursday night, start of the season, it's going to be the Chiefs, the Ravens, and my pick is going to be that the Chiefs are going to win this one again. Then we get to Friday. We're going to Brazil. We're going to... What? Look at it. He grabs it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're off to Brazil. Off to Brazil to see the Packers against the Eagles in a game that will be broadcast worldwide. By the way, the Chiefs are -3 in that game. Packers, Eagles. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite there. I'm going to take the Packers in an upset because never really was an Eagles fan. Just going to tell you. Next game, we start getting into Sunday. The Panthers against the Saints. The Saints are a 4-point favorite. And this is going to be, I don't know who's going to watch this game because these are teams that combined last year were so high on my suck list that actually it might be a good game just because they're evenly matched at the bottom of the NFL. And I'll give the Saints the home point. You got to remember that most teams probably you got to give them 3 points just for being at home. So these spreads are based on that, and I got them from the MGM book, by the way. And the Saints are a 4-point favorite. So basically, this game's going to be a tie. Okay, I'm picking the Saints. Vikings against the Giants. What can you say? Vikings were good. Giants not so good. The Giants are playing at home. It's an all-new season. The Vikings are favored by 6. I'm going with the home team. I'm going with the Giants in this one in what would be one of the first upsets of the 2024 season. Okay? Patriots, Bengals. Bengals are surprisingly good, Joe Burrow. Okay? 9.5-point favorites over the hapless Patriots. I couldn't be happier. The cockles of my heart are beating because for so many years I had to put up with the Patriots just killing teams that I liked after being dominated for 2 decades by the vaunted Miami Dolphins. The Patriots came back and kicked our butts for basically 10 years. And now they're getting their comeuppance. And the Patriots are going to be on another wonderful end of a losing season this year. So I'm going to tell you that the Bengals are going to win that one. Falcons, Steelers. I'll take the Steelers. Texans, Colts. It's the Cowboy Olympics here. Okay, Texans are going into Indianapolis. They're a slight favorite, 2.5. That means the Colts aren't probably that good. And I'm going to take the Texans on the road for that. Then we get to the Buffalo Bills, who went 11-6 last year. They're a quick 6-point favorite over the hapless St. Louis Cardinals. Are they the... I don't even know where the Cardinals are anymore. But nonetheless, where they are is they're going to be in the loss column after playing the Bills at home. Titans and the Bears. Now, the Bears have sucked, I don't know, for the last 10 years. And the Tennessee Titans haven't really been that good. They had Ryan Tannehill, but he's no longer with them, I don't believe. So I don't know who's going to do what, but I think the Bears will win because they're a 4-point favorite there. And then you get the game of games. The state of Florida is at risk. The Jacksonville Jaguars against the greatest team to ever play professional football. The Miami Dolphins, the only undefeated team in the league. By the great Don Shula. And Dan Marino, probably the greatest quarterback of his era. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. Anyway, the Dolphins are going to start the season with Tua Tagovailoa. Tried to say that 3 times fast. They are playing the Jaguars. They are playing at home in Miami. Both teams are used to the heat. It's going to be a hot game. The Dolphins are a 3-point favorite. It's going to be a close game. The Jaguars quarterback from Clemson, what's his name? Is in his 3rd year. He's got to prove I think he's in a contract year, so he's got to prove himself. Dolphins are going to win that game, though. Broncos and the Seahawks. Let's see, where was Denver last year? Denver were 8-9, and the Seahawks were terrible, 9-8. But they were better than the Broncos. I don't see a whole lot changing. The Seahawks are a 5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Seahawks on that one. Again, I only pick the winners. I'm telling you the points so you can make a decision. I don't care about the points, but I figured you probably do. Cowboys, Browns. You know what? You got to pick the Browns. Nah, they are a favorite. They're playing in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm going to pick the Browns over the Cowboys in this home opener. Dak Prescott's got to play well. It could be an upset. If the Cowboys win, I don't know that it would be an upset because I think these are 2 pretty decent teams if Cleveland can hold on to the magic that they had last year. Raiders, Chargers. Raiders against the Chargers. the Raiders on this suck list were 8-9 last year. San Diego 5-12. Is San Diego better? I hope so. But the Raiders are probably going to win this game. So I'm going to give the Raiders that one there. Then you have, in the afternoon, the city of my birth, the Washington Redskins are coming down to Tampa Bay in another great NFC battle. And it's going to be the Buccaneers winning at home to start their season 1-0. And it's going to be a great win as the Redskins are going to fall away. And until they take their name back, they're never going to be any good. And I'm not going to call them the Commanders. Oh, I just did. I'm going to call them the Redskins. Last two games, you got the Rams-Lions. That's the last game of the day. The Lions are a 3.5-point favorite. They're going to beat the Rams because they're going to have a little bit of that magic left from last year. Then Monday night, Aaron Rodgers and the New York Football Jets go to the West Coast, to the city that never doesn't stink with feces. The San Francisco 49ers are playing. 49ers, a great football team in a city that used to be great, that is now the homeless capital of the world. I think it's terrible that there's so many homeless people there. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the city of San Francisco. But it doesn't seem like anybody's doing anything about it. And for that reason alone, the only thing you have to cheer for is the 49ers. And they're going to beat the Jets, even though Aaron Rodgers is hopefully is going to last more than 3 or 4 plays before being injured for the season. So there you have it. It's week 1 of the NFL. It's Freddy B's Pathetic Picks. Hey, if you like this, I do this every week. I also do Formula One picks, my pathetic picks for Formula One, also on a regular basis. You'll see those up. Please subscribe if you like it. Like the video. I'd appreciate that. Hit